very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News, coming to you live and direct from the Prime TV studios with me, Abrar Abid. Now, before we go into our stories in detail, let's take a look at our headlines. LMRB confirms that the ITN was the most viewed TV channel during the Katharagama festival. Saindamardu informant receives 5 million rupees. The Premier instructs to beef up security in the Kandy Perahara. Head of the CID testifies before the Parliamentary Select Committee. Boris Johnson is to assume office. In our lead story, the LMRB report has revealed that the ITN has been the most viewed TV channel when it aired the historical Katharagama Asala festival. The ITN earned the hearts of Sri Lankan audiences due to its precedence given to the local culture and the heritage. The highest viewership was reported in between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. during the Asala festival. The ITN Media Network has taken steps to repeat the program from 10 p.m. on Friday, meeting the demand from the viewers. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasizes the need of ensuring security for historical Asala festival in Kandy. The Prime Minister made the comment at a discussion held in Kandy. The discussion was focused on security arrangements for the Kandy Asala festival. He pointed out that consolidating security for the national cultural event is duty of all the quarters of the society. The Prime Minister paid homage at the sacred Dalada Maligava before the commencement of the discussion. The discussion was also attended by the Mahasangha, presided by the Chief Prelate of the Asgiri chapter, Most Venerable Varakaguda Sri Jnanaratana Thera, and Ministers Malik Samaravikrama and Ruan Vijayawardena. Mayor of Kandy, Kesar Senanayaka, Additional Secretary to the Prime Minister, Saman Ataudahetti. The attention was drawn on providing public transport and other basic amenities. The Premier noted that the new situation has been created after the Easter Sunday terror attacks. All the culprits connected with the Easter Sunday attacks have been arrested. Around 200 suspects are being detained by the authorities. The Prime Minister said that interrogations are in progress. He said that special attention has been drawn on Kandy and the Kandy Asala festival, which is the prime religious event in the country. Premier Wickremesinghe said that all the measures will be taken to beef up security in the Asala Perahara. Subsequently, the Prime Minister visited the Malvatu Viharaya and called on Chief Prelate of the Malvatta chapter, Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Sumangala Thera. Attention was focused on problem of obtaining elephants to hold the Perahara. In more news at home, head of the Criminal Investigation Department, Senior DIG Ravi Senviratne says no evidence has been found that ISIS terrorists are directly linked to the Easter Sunday attacks. Ravi Senviratne made the comment testifying before the Parliamentary Select Committee appointed to inquire the Easter Sunday terror attack. The senior DIG said that the attackers were swayed by the ideology of the ISIS terror group. He noted that it can be concluded that a group that was inspired by the ISIS carried out the attack. Ravi Senviratne stated that detention orders were obtained from the authorities on the 4 suspects who were arrested in connection with the Vanatha Villua incident. During the investigations, it was revealed that 2 suspects were not linked with the terrorist activities. Hence, those 2 were released based on conditions. The other 2 are still in custody. The senior DIG pointed out that the Criminal Investigation Department engaged in the investigations on Zaharan and his clique after the 22nd of December. He noted that it was previously investigated by the Terrorist Investigation Division of the police and they had obtained an arrest warrant on Zaharan. The Cabinet approval was granted to the scheme of recruiting graduates to the government sector. Accordingly, 16,800 vacancies in the government sector are to be filled. The graduates who received their degrees in between years 2012 and 2016 will be recruited and subjected to a training program. The cabinet approval was also given to appoint sub-ministerial committee to give recommendations to introduce a new legal framework for countering terrorism. The committee is expected to study counter-terrorism measures taken in foreign countries and report them to the cabinet. The Cabinet of Ministers also approved the proposal to establish a Sri Lanka National Youth Volunteer Service. The aim of the project is to create a skillful and well-mannered generation in the country. A new salary structure will be introduced to the Postal Department. The Cabinet of Ministers endorsed the proposal to implement recommendations given by the Commission of Salary and Cadre and the Ministerial Subcommittee. Meanwhile, the government has decided to publish a draft bill on value-added tax and national building tax amendments in the Gazette. The amendments will be presented in Parliament for approval at a later stage. In more local news, the order to issuing a warrant to apprehend former governor of the central bank, Arjun Mahindran, will be issued on the 9th of next month. The order was given when the case was taken up before the Permanent High Court today. Arjun Mahindran has been charged on misappropriating funds to the tune of 680 million rupees when issuing treasury bonds of the central bank. In addition, the order on issuing notices to the 10th defendant of the case, Ajahan Gadia Punchiheva, will also be issued as per a request made by the additional Solicitor General Priyantha Navana, who appeared before the court on behalf of the Attorney General. The relevant order will be given on the 9th of next month. The 19th Presidential Cinema Awards will be held at the Nelumpokuna Theatre, Colombo, under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena on Friday. Addressing a media briefing held in Colombo, Minister Sajith Premadasa said that the government takes all the measures to strengthen the country's cinema industry. The minister pointed out that the movies screened in 2016, 2017 and 2018 are eligible for the awards. He noted that a fair and transparent evaluation system was adhered in selecting the best movies created in those years. Minister Premadasa also said that discussions have been ensued with the Minister of Finance to give a new facelift to the country's cinema halls under the Enterprise Sri Lanka initiative of the government. The minister stated that measures will be taken to transform the country's cinema industry by leaps and bounds in the next 5 years. He said that several small groups are trying to obtain the monopoly of the cinema industry. The minister emphasized that the attempt to keep monopolies in the cinema industry will be defeated by the Ministry of Cultural Affairs. Minister Gayantha Karunatilaka says Sri Lanka is determined to further strengthen ties with the African continent. Minister Karunatilaka was speaking at the celebration to mark the 67th Republic Day of Egypt. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa, Speaker Karujaya Surya, Minister Ravi Karunanayaka were also present at the event.
Once formal diplomatic relations were established in 1957, this friendship has expanded into cooperation in various sectors, enriching our relations in political, economic and cultural spheres. In today's context, trade relations take an important position in any relationship. Trade between our two countries has shown an increase of 244% from 2002 to 2017. Despite some drawbacks in 2009 and 2014, Sri Lanka is looking to expand and strengthen its relations with the African continent in keeping with our strong commitment to Afro-Asian solidarity that flourished during the early years of the non-aligned movement.
In more news at home, the Criminal Investigations Department has opened investigation into the incident of missing 2 T-56 rifles at the Panudara North Police Station. Meanwhile, a special operation is underway to arrest drunk drivers. The operation commenced on the 5th of this month and has apprehended more than 5,000 drunk drivers during the period. 201 drunk drivers were nabbed from 6 a.m. yesterday to 6 a.m. today, according to the police. A suspect connected with the assassination of a Samurdi officer at Delgoravatta in Mathugama recently has been apprehended by the police. The sharp object that was used to kill the Samurdi officer was found in a paddy field following the interrogations conducted by the police personnel. The suspect has been identified as a supporter of an underworld gang leader, Samayang. The Navy took measures to release a turtle that was held by a man in Malakkam illegally. The turtle was released to the sea as per an order given by the Malakkam court. In more local news, a veteran female announcer and lyricist Kusum Piris bade adieu to the nation today.
Malin palin gahakula pirila gammanita awurudu wenawa.
She had been a golden voice in the country's radio saga and penned many meaningful songs. She was 71 at her demise. She joined the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation in the 1970s and became very much popular within a short period. She had been feted with many awards, including the Presidential Award. In addition, she was also a radio dramatist. She has penned many popular songs, including Gan Iure, Hitagawa Dangakala, Sihinayaki Oba, and Asuru Senin Eka Mohotakadi.
මම ස්වාධීන රූපවාහිනී සේවයේත් හඬ කැවීම් ශිල්පිනියක් විදියට සහභාගී වෙලා තියෙනවා.
අද පරම්පරාවට ඔබ කෙටියෙන් පණිවිඩයක් දෙනවා නම් යම් කිසි වෘත්තියක ඉදිරියට යන්න. ඔබ දෙන පණිවිඩය කොහොමද?
තමන් කරන කාර්ය කැමැත්තෙන් ඕනෑකමින් කැපවීමෙන් වගකීමෙන් කරනවා නම් ඇත්තටම තමන් කරන කටයුත්ත හරිම හොඳින් කරන්නට පුළුවනි.
Apart from being a songwriter, Kusum Piris was also a veteran dubbing artist who played key roles in Muan Palasa and Monarathana. President Maithripala Sirisena paid his last respects to the mortal remains of Kusum Piris. The funeral took place at the Aldenia General Cemetery in Kadawatha today with the presence of a large crowd including leading artists.
In more local news, President Maithripala Sirisena handed over a cash prize of 5 million rupees to the lorry driver who gave valuable information on a haul of explosives that was seized from the Saindamarudu area. The cache of explosives were taken into the custody following the April 21st attack based on the tip-off given by the lorry driver. The cash prize was handed over to the informant at the President's office. Acting IGP C.D. Vikramaratne was also present on the occasion. In more news at home, President Maithripala Sirisena has conveyed his congratulations to Boris Johnson, who assumed office as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. President Sirisena says he has followed with interest the developments related to Brexit and the leadership contest in the Conservative Party. He added that Boris Johnson's assumption of office as Prime Minister comes at an important juncture for Britain and its relations with the Commonwealth of Nations. The President appreciated stated commitment of the new UK Premier to enhancing ties with countries of the Commonwealth. He noted that this will enable further strengthening of the strong cooperation and friendship that exists between the United Kingdom and Sri Lanka. President Sirisena noted that Sri Lanka and the UK continue to enjoy a close and special relationship based on historical affinities, shared values, and people-to-people linkages. And that is a wrap-up of local news. Let's now take a look at the very latest in the business arena. "28 Chinese journalists and travel writers arrived in the country as part of a week-long familiarization tour in an effort to gear up publicity in promoting Sri Lanka as an ideal holiday destination to lure more visitors from the Orient. China remains a key source market to Sri Lanka as a country which brings a large number of tourist arrivals each year. The total number of international tourist arrivals to Sri Lanka up to June 2019 was 1,08,449, out of which 97,560 were Chinese. This media delegation comprises of a mix of journalists ranging from print media, radio, TV, electronic, social media and travel magazines. The journalists were taken to Sigiriya after a short break where they spent a day climbing the rock fortress. The crew also visited the city of Kandy, where they spent a day taking a stroll through the ancient city with a visit to the famed Temple of the Tooth, Norelia, Yala and several other popular tourist destinations. Journalists on the tour includes reporters and travel writers from Lonely Planet China, People's Daily, National Geographic China, Global Times, Xinhua Net, Hainan TV and Mini Holiday. And that is all the news for today. Do join us again tomorrow for the very latest. For the Prime TV News team, I'm Abrar Abid. A very good evening and take care.